to the Chase podcast, guys. Welcome back with another episode of Cut to the Chase. I am your friend, your confidant, Mr. Chase Abel. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. So happy that we have episodes and we're continuing with these episodes. We are growing, which is really, really good. Appreciate all you guys for listening, tuning in, subscribing. That's one thing, guys. Please subscribe to the podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast. It's a free subscribe. Go on YouTube, just hit click, subscribe. We are on all podcast platforms, Spotify, YouTube, and Stitcher, and all those weird other things that you guys may have that I may not know about because I'm old. I grew up in the 90s. Don't want to know about it. Don't care. So, no, please do, though. Thanks again for tuning in. Because we really trying to reach some benchmarks here. And a lot of pressure coming up from top from the label. A lot of pressure coming up top from the label, guys. I gotta start showing some gains here. The budget may be cut soon, so I need some help. Any help? Feeling good today, guys. Feeling good. First of all, I'm very happy right now because coming to the studio here today, I ended up stopping by, getting some food. I didn't really eat today, so I ended up going to my go-to spot for a quick little bite, which is Wendy's. And I know you guys probably thinking, well, should not eat Wendy's. Listen, shut up. I wanted Wendy's. I love Wendy's. Wendy's is one of those places you just go, and there's so many options, you know? I've never been to a fast food joint where there's like so many options for one type of cheeseburger. You know, they have a cheeseburger, but then they have like a double cheeseburger. They don't have like a single patty cheeseburger. It's like, whatever. But anyways, went to Wendy's. I ordered a spicy chicken sandwich, and what I was surprised about was that the kid that was behind the register that was working, his customer service game was on point. You know, he introduced me with like kind of like a singing, welcoming, inviting type of tone, which was, I felt like it was good. I felt good. The kid was like, "How you doing, sir? Welcome to Wendy's." It's like, wow, I was like, am I gonna commercial? Is this a SAG? Did I sign up for? This kid was on point. I never, he was just everything that he asked. When I was ordering something, he goes, anything else, sir? Anything else, sir? It's very nice. It was very refreshing to see that there's still kids that understand how to work and what to do when the customer comes to them. Because it seems like there's people at work, but they're still not working to me. That's what I've been figuring out. That's what I've been noticing. Like, I rented a car too, by the way. I went to Avis and I rented a car for a week. I supposed to have rented it for one day. I ended up renting it for a week. And this is the thing. Listen, the bill was pretty hefty, but listen, I had a fucking great time. I had a good time. But the point of the story is, I went to Avis to rent a car, and then I started looking at when I returned the car, I looked at the bill, and I looked at all the fees that were like attached to the rent-a-car places. And I'm just like, why are the rent-a-car places just charging like just fee? It's not even much the fees that I'm like mad about. It's the name. It's the title that they're choosing to name these fees, which annoys me. It's like fucking, I don't know, police training fee, your environmental services fee, I don't know, fucking something, no gas by 3:00 fee. It's just like dumb. And then I looked at the thing. It said, I don't know, they charged me an extension fee. This is where I almost flipped, okay? I rented the car. I told the rental place that I wanted to extend the car. So that means all you have to do is just charge me another day or whatever, any of the insurance thing that I got, right? And whatever fees that were originally on the original contract, right? Why are you charging me a fee for me extending the vehicle? They charged me $20 every time that I extended the vehicle because I wanted to keep the car longer. Please, am I missing something here? why are you charging me? Or you're already charging me the car. You already charged me another day. Why are you charging me like to extend it? Yes, they charge me every time I want to do an extension a $20 fee. Guys, we're gonna have this. I don't know what's going on, man, but we're gonna have to like rise above this like shit. I'm getting fed up with this. We have to rise. We have to rise above this. This is getting ridiculous with all these dumb fees. And I didn't want to be like that customer that comes in and say, well, what's up with these fees? Why is these I don't want to be that guy, but because the guy that he kind of gave me a little hookup. He kind of upgraded my car for the regular price for a basic car. So he kind of gave me a good deal. And he was like from Yemen, so I felt like a connection, my Red Sea brother, Do you know what the thing is about Yemen dudes? Yemen dudes are like mad slick, bro. You know what Yemen dudes are? Yemen dudes are like Dominicans of the Middle East. They get bitches, son. They get mad bitches, son. For real. Like, I don't... So, you know what I should have done? Actually, I'm going to bring in my boy, Nicky Neighborhoods. I should have called you for some Yemen, some Lebanese assistance, in the rental. Because you used to
rental. Yeah, I used to work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
So why didn't you help me not take... I should have called you to take away these fees.
You should have... you renting a car. I need to just be your manager. I think at the end of the day, the more we have these conversations, the more I'm like, why... But also at the same time, I don't think you could pay me enough to be your manager. I think that would be a tough gig. But yeah, I used to work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and whatever the price posted is not the price you pay.
It was very...
the fees are tough. They bang you out on the fees.
Yeah.
The 1 hour over.
Very discouraging. They're very discouraging. They're very, very discouraging. And it just, I just don't understand...
What kind of car did he give you?
It was a Kia GT line, like their GT, I don't know, whatever. Car.
Yeah.
Sports model. It had sports mode.
Avis is
all-wheel drive.
Avis is a tough. I've rented from Avis before. Not my favorite. They are cheaper, but that's what gets you though. It's not really cheaper, like Spirit.
Yeah. I never flew Spirit. I almost pulled the trigger on buying Spirit tickets to go to Austin, Texas. The reason why I didn't is because I knew better not to do that.
Yeah.
It kicked in because I probably heard maybe one or two okay stories about people taking Spirit. All other stories have been nightmares. My question is, how are they still in business?
Well, I mean,
is it just because we only have a certain amount of airlines in the air. We have a shitload of people, and you have no choice.
Yes, for some people, people with not a lot of money need to fly too.
You ever took Spirit?
Never. And I never, I don't want to say I never will, because I might be in a situation where like I just need a flight. I just need to leave wherever I am.
Yeah.
But not consensually. I would never take Spirit consensually. And that's not like, if it's convenient, I'd take it. If they were like, oh, okay, it's literally $15 to fly from here to New York.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. All right. I'll do it.
Can I, let me say something. You know what I think about Spirit Airlines? I have a plan for Spirit Airlines. I have a plan to make them better. I think what should happen is that P. Diddy,
oh God,
and DJ Khaled,
oh God,
should come together and buy Spirit Airlines, right?
Ciroc Airlines.
No. God did airlines.
There's so much wrong with putting the word God on an airplane. I don't even know where to begin.
Hey, they put United States we trust and God we trust on the dollar bill.
Not on an airplane.
What's the difference?
It's too, that freaks me out, putting any religious thing, and that because you're flying close to it, you know what I mean? You're in the air. That creeps me out a little.
So you think it's like it's like as you're more higher in the air theoretically towards heaven, it's gonna call you.
God's gonna be like, oh, okay.
You're coming
we'll
home.
see.
We're coming home.
We'll see. We'll see if I did. But I love that idea. I love that idea of Diddy and Khaled.
Yeah, black owned.
A black-owned airline.
A black-owned airline. And I'm not talking about like, Kevin Hart's sailplane.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That'd be cool. I feel like, I wonder how, it definitely would be a nice fashionable plane for sure.
It would for sure.
Interior design.
Yeah.
Right?
All the other airlines, Delta would be looking at, we'll say that, say Diddy and DJ Khaled bought Spirit.
Yeah.
Delta would be looking at it like, oh, okay, that's they're doing this with their seats. Instead of slippers, they're giving out Jordans. For the first class passengers.
First class passengers.
But they're like team Jordans. They're not like the real, but they're still Jordans. You still get a pair of sneakers for your flight.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Is that too stereotypical? Is that hack?
No. That's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I think every single person of color would sign up for that airline. If you got a free pair of Jordans, for sure.
For sure. And it would smell outstanding.
I think, what would be the hardest part of that job? Recruiting the right staff.
Yeah. If you were trying to really do it serious, like if you were like, no, I'm making this airline work.
You know what I would do? This is what my game plan would be on the recruitment process for God Did Airlines. God Did Airlines would basically have each flight attendant, pilot has to mirror the city that they're from.
That's dangerous.
So basically,
That's getting dangerous, but I want to hear it. Continue.
yeah. So basically, if you're from Texas, right? Basically, we'll just hire like black cowboys. But they're pilots, but they dress up as cowboys. But they all, they have their wings. They got to have the wings on the shirt. But they're just African American, Mexican cowboys. Whatever. And then the servers would be, the whole. I'm not gonna say servers, but is that flight attendants?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even call them flight attendants. I'd call them a different name, more respectful name than that. Yeah. Like, but yeah. In Texas and in like Atlanta, it'd be a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
People like fun.
So, okay. See, for me, if I owned a black-owned airline,
okay.
If Diddy was like, I'm going to buy it, Nick, but you're going to run it, I would say interesting, problematic for sure.
Okay.
I think people, once they found out that I was running it, might start asking questions.
Or I would be like, if I saw your face on as part of the board of trustees for God Did Airlines,
it's like on the back of the pamphlet in the seat.
I would say, yeah, I get it.
Okay. Structure here.
I get it.
I think I wouldn't go for the play of hiring super attractive flight attendants. I would kind of want a more robust selection, maybe, of flight attendants.
Wow.
With a little bit of an attitude. Not much, but because things get dicey in the air, you can't over-sexualize the flight attendants, man or woman.
I'm hiring straight, like strong women from the hood.
Yes. I didn't want to say that, but you could tell I wanted to say that, so you said it. Thank you.
Not like women like hood, not like
no.
Not like hood, but like women who like went to like
Clark.
Went to like Spelman.
Yeah.
Women that went to like Emory. Women that, but they live
Hampton.
But they live in the hood though.
Yeah.
Because they have good real estate, like they invested good.
They own in the hood.
But they own in the hood.
Yeah.
But they know both sides.
Yeah.
They know both sides of the spectrum. You understand? Those are the type of women I would hire. You know?
Excellence.
Shout out to Sheila.
God did airlines.
Dude, I gotta first. Let me first tell you, Nick. I apologize for.
Yeah, we need to address this.
All right, so let me address it, and then if I could, listen. As a man, you gotta step up and fucking apologize when you do fucked up shit. And I came to the podcast today. First of all, you were late first, technically.
No, see, this is my favorite thing about you.
Okay, hold on. Because before you start analyzing and critiquing me, let me set up what happened, right? Okay. We initially had a schedule to meet at the studio at 4:00, right? I let Nick know a little earlier in the day that I wouldn't be able to come at 4. I was like, do you mind if we can do 5:30 and I'll come? He's like, yeah, no problem. I text Nick at 5:25, give him a 5-minute heads up. I say, hey, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm going to be at your door. He texts me back. He goes, cool. Actually, he didn't text me back. He put the like button.
Thumbs up, yep.
Thumbs up, like button, which is kind of, that's a little dismissive, but we'll talk about later. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that a little later. I feel like the like button on them text messages, it's like kind of tells me you're like, you don't you don't really care, but you're like acknowledging some shit. But
Which I was acknowledging.
Yeah, you was acknowledging. That's all, So I text Nick exactly at 5:31, I said, hey, I'm here. No answer. Usually, generally, when I don't quick to get, upset if people don't respond right away. So I waited a few minutes. I'm like, maybe he's in the bathroom, maybe he's getting a drink of water, he's doing a push-up, he's getting ready for me. I don't know. Pause. 5 minutes goes by, nothing. I call Nick, go straight to voicemail. Okay. Now I'm like, all right, it's about 5 minutes now. I'm gonna give him another minute, call him again. Rings, doesn't answer. He texts me back after I call and says, hey, I'm coming down, my bad. I was like, all right. Now at this point, it's 5:40. He comes down around 5:42. Technically, he's 13 minutes late. But he's not really 13 minutes late, ideally. But I just wanted to tell him that I showed up on time. Now.
But you did text me 1 minute after you said you'd be there. So technically, that is late. Because you said 5:30. You texted me at 5:31 saying you're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
is
why,
technically late.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Jeff Bezos fires 5,000 employees from Amazon. Because people like Nick live by technicalities and not responsibilities. I get to Nick's place. We go upstairs. He opens the door. I'm like, yo, Nick, I got to use the bathroom. Nick was like, yo, as long as you open the window, you're fine. He already knew I needed to take a deuce.
Yeah, because you asked if my wife was home. And I said she is. And you went. And I said, you can go and use the bathroom. Just make sure you open the window up. Right. And I think there was an unspoken thing with anyone. It's like, just be expedient about it. Be quick about it. When the woman's in the house, you be kind of like, save it up, push it out, be done. Am I right?
That's great. No, I've never heard of it that way. That's actually great. Yeah. That's a great, well, you should LLC that and trademark that and go around the country and talk to Division III fucking football players thinking that they'll make the NFL. Ugh.
Last chance you.
So I go use the bathroom, right? And I'm thinking I probably won't be more than like 5 minutes, maybe, if that, whatever. I actually fell asleep on the fucking toilet. And I woke up and I was like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. Now, I didn't get any text from Nick saying, are you okay? You need help in there? Nothing. So, and I just walk into the studio. I see Nick with his phone like, yep. You okay? Yeah, I was, but you didn't really ask, but appreciate that. So I don't know. I mean, listen, I fell asleep on his toilet. Now, I don't know. What do you think, Nick?
I mean, I'm flattered, number one, that you would feel comfortable enough to fall asleep on the toilet.
Because I opened the window and it gave me a nice breeze.
Did you catch any whiff of like the French restaurant downstairs?
It was like, first of all, the fire escape on the bath.
It's very
New York.
Yeah.
Very just.
Yeah.
It's very Bronx Tale.
Urban.
Yeah. Very Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
Pretty Bronx, if it was Bronx Tale. Fell asleep.
Fell asleep. You know, I've never done. Actually, no, I've done that before when I was a kid working. When I was working in like high school at like a car dealership, I'd go and sit in the bathroom and fall asleep. But okay, you know, I think everything in life balances out. I was 10 minutes late to come get you.
Sure.
Which is an eternity when you're waiting outside, and I can't apologize enough. I was doing something in here, and I was holding my phone like this, and I flicked the do not disturb thing on. And when I checked it, I was like, fuck. I saw you called me twice. I'm like, fuck.
No, it's fine. I think you did it. I think you did it on purpose. Only reason why I think you did it on purpose because you let me wait, like as if like giving me a feel or like I'm sweating something out, like going to the label. You know, we're gonna discuss, you know, what our benchmarks here. You know, it's like that angst. Like, you know, we're gonna make him wait in the lobby for like 15 minutes before.
Do you think Jay-Z made Just Blaze wait in the lobby of Rockefeller for 15 minutes?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Before like he was like, oh, he might
do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So I didn't even take a deuce. Actually, that's how I just fell asleep.
You definitely took a shit. My wife was like, is he okay in there? I was like, yeah. And I got mad at her, and I was like, don't, just let him go and be in there.
Yeah.
She's like, he's playing fucking music really loud in there. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like,
I was on YouTube.
I'm like, yeah, he does that.
That's on YouTube.
The thing.
And I ended up, so this is what happened. I was on YouTube trying to take a deuce, and I was on my PlayStation where it's a hip hop neo soul music.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
And then as soon as you know it, I woke up.
The neighbors must have loved that too.
Oh yeah,
the window open, the neo soul going. You went light on too.
I did. If the lights wasn't on, dude, you would have got me.
Yeah, I would have.
You would have to knock me. You would have to knock on the door.
I would have been like, "You all right in there?
You all right?
Speed it up.
Yeah. I'll be out in a second."
That's why I want to get a place with two bathrooms.
Because you're afraid I'm going to sleep in the...
Not for that. No, but more for like, I like separate. I think men and women should go to the bathroom in different places.
100%.
Not for any other reason than I just feel bad for them.
Well, yeah.
Having to be in the same area. I like my little space.
I listen, maybe you can convert this one. Maybe, why don't you buy this place?
I've thought about it.
Yeah.
It's just tough. It's not easy to buy places now. You're going to need a lot of cash.
Are you like what?
Rich?
No. This is just no. The thing is, it's not that. Just first of all, I apologize the way I said that, as if like I know like why don't you buy this place? Don't you like hate when people say that as if they know how much?
No, see that's a compliment.
Okay.
You looked at me and you said he can buy this place, or he should be able to buy this place.
Oh no, actually, I was really looking at you like, hey, buy this place because I really need a second bedroom to live in it.
Buy this place because I want to break up your marriage, but it would be great for the podcast.
We get a lot of stuff done, Nick.
I would get a lot of... I would have to remind you a lot.
We would still get a lot.
It'd be a lot of reminding.
We'll get it, but we still get
Chase, does this go here? Does this go here? And you'd be like, why are you talking to me like that?
Speaking of things that go here, I had a great experience last night. I ended up hanging out with a friend of mine. She's a DJ, and she actually got a night in New York, like her own night to play music.
Oh.
And she just started out. But she's like one of those kind of DJs, artistic people who always had like talent and the skill for it, but just never really put it together, like never gave it a shot.
Yeah.
And now she's like giving it a shot, and she's seeing like improvements. People are, giving her like gigs,
Great.
So she has a gig in Brooklyn, which I'm going to go February 3rd. I'll get more details. I'll plug it on the podcast and everything like that. But the point of what I'm trying to say is we went to celebrate her moment yesterday. We went to this convenience store in Brighton, not over by my old house where we do the old podcast before this studio. Dude, there's a convenience store shaped and molded, and the vibe is like a New York deli.
What's the name of it?
It's called Night Star Convenience Store.
Oh.
Shout out to Night Star Convenience Store. Man, it's owned by this dude the place is awesome. I mean, every single you of course have been to a bodega.
Oh yeah.
Like
hundreds.
The feel of a bodega when you go, everything is placed in where it's ordered. You know exactly where like the Goya mango Goya is.
Sure.
It's
by design.
It's by design. Everything is like smooth. Man, it was dope, man. And then I took a picture of me in front of their sign.
Saw that.
Yeah, it was Vita Coco, which is. And shout out to Night Star Convenience Store, man. Fucking dope.
What makes a good convenience store for you? Do you like the food in it, where it's like a sandwich, kind of deli-ish, or what's your liquor?
It's gotta have. I mean, it's gotta have a little bit of both of everything. You know, It's gotta have a little bit of everything. It's gotta have the diverse. Dude, this guy, shout out to Omar, the guy's the son of the owner. They have they sell organic homemade honey from Bolivia.
It takes a lot to get that honey.
Organic honey.
Bee made.
This is the type of place it is, man.
Bolivian bees. That's a...
Yeah, man. So shout out to Omar. Shout out to the whole crew over there. I was thinking about doing some scenes over there. You know, even doing shooting sketches.
Oh, it's a good spot to film.
Yeah, bro.
It's a good location.
You ever seen the scene in Juice with Tupac and Omar Epps and then
I need to rewatch that movie. Maybe I saw it once on USA.
South Central,
Good
Menace to
vibe.
Society. Yeah, when they go into the convenience store. Yeah, that type shit,
Yeah, I mean, I like that stuff. I do. I like a market though. I'm getting into Italian markets.
All right.
But I don't think that they have to be against you. I love the after you play after a pickup game, going into the convenience store, getting a Gatorade or getting something like that, and then you like waiting at the register. I don't need a Twix bar or this other random foreign candy that I don't know what it is, but I think I'm gonna get it.
I bought 3 winter hats at the register after I bought my mango Goya.
Thank you for
juice.
bailing me out on that, because that was fucking incredible. Yeah, you can get
And you
de-icer for your car. It's in there.
Something about these bodega stores, they will always have the something that you think you need, but it's just out there. You never think about.
Yeah, they are number one. Bodegas are top tier.
It's you're I didn't know they made a sneaker hanger. I don't know. There's
What
always
is that?
something.
What'd you just pull out?
Oh yeah, this is I bought this at the smoke shop. This is my my lighter.
Oh, nice.
It's butaneed. It's yeah.
At the smoke shit. Did they have? And of course, they have lighters at the bodega. Did they have Zippos? Those are just classic.
What they did have was a turkey sandwich with everything on it. Yeah, with some good old American cheese.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they had, and it was great. So I just wanted to bring it up, man. I like going back to that feel. As soon as you get in, you're this brings me back to the good old days, man. Just good old just. They're from New York, The guy's father is his mom's Puerto Rican, his dad's from Yemen, from the Middle East, and they're from New York. Only in New York City will you find a couple like that. You're not going to find a couple like that in Boston, Massachusetts.
Unless they move.
Unless they move. You know what I'm saying?
Unless they move, yeah.
His mother's Puerto Rican, his father's Middle Eastern. It's they just...
Yemen is there, man. Yemen is in the thick of it.
Well, Yemen's right across from us, right across the Red Sea. Eritrea.
Yeah.
So they're, those are our peoples, man. They get bitches.
Oman is like a big tourist, not tourist, but like they have like a nice hotel in Oman.
And where?
In Oman, I don't know where. Is it Giri? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. That part of the world is really interesting to me. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots popping off in Northern Africa, Saudi Arabia, Red Sea.
No pun intended.
Yeah,
no pun intended.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm getting ready. You know, gonna go away for a few days. Going for like 3-4 days.
Yeah, you're going to Austin.
Yeah, gonna go Austin. Gonna jump on a couple podcasts. So that'll be cool. Try to get on a show. Probably on a Saturday night. Waiting to hear back on that. I'm honestly just gonna go there, just try to get away for a little bit, get a vibe, try to network, and just see what Austin, Texas is all about. You know, I know you went there. We talked about it a few times before, but
you're gonna have fun.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
Whose podcast you going on?
Mason's
Mason
podcast.
Smith.
Yeah, Mason's.
He's great.
So, and Mason's always been, when he first came to Boston, he always was like one of those guys that were like very kind to me and showing me love and respect. So put me on his shows. So
High Noon Podcast.
Yeah.
Mason has a pretty interesting story, I guess. Like he was up from Arkansas, moved up here, and then moved down to Texas and just like really pursued comedy.
Yeah.
And is like really doing it down in Austin.
Yeah, I think he's into like I think he's a welder or something.
Yeah, he's works a trade. Like he does a real.
Oh yeah.
He's got like a real 1981.
Yeah.
78 maybe is a better year.
Like Mason definitely looks like the type he has a few overalls.
Real work overalls. Not like dungaree. Yeah. Like you could run a knife across them and it wouldn't do anything. Yeah. Like that kind of yeah. Well, Mason, go check out the High Noon podcast. I was on that podcast a long time ago.
Okay.
That was a good podcast. He's a nice dude. And then so you're gonna go on his, and then you're probably just gonna meet a bunch of people down there as well.
Yeah, we're just gonna meet, and then I got a few people down there anyways that I know, and just try to just take a little break. You know what I mean? Take a little break because I'm not gonna lie. You know, for a little while I've been feeling a little like I don't want to say angry, but a little short with things with people, especially at my job. You know how that is. You know what I mean? So, and I gotta fucking tell you, I got called into the principal's office again.
Oh God. What the fuck?
So
what the fuck happened now?
So my assistant director, right? He's one of these type of guys. He's kind of very, very linear, very technical. You know, nice, but he has a certain style that a lot of people don't, I guess, agree with, right? So he came to me. Me and him really we don't really kind of see each other unless he's unless he's telling us we're not doing our jobs great, or he's giving us a bunch of information. More information that we already can handle. Anyways, long story boring. He came in and was like, hey, Abel, can I see you back here? I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, by the way, I got a thing from security saying that you kind of misplaced or lost, multiple badges within a certain time.
Yeah,
so,
we talked about this last episode.
Yeah, so he wrote up. So we, I think we talked about it. We had a little spat, a little. So he actually sent me an Evite. An Evite invitation to meet with him in his office on Tuesday, this past Tuesday.
A calendar invite.
Invite. Yeah. There's nothing a little intimidating than a calendar invite with
nothing in the subject.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It said meet with Abel. I was like, oh shit. All right. I waited a day, then I hit accept though, just to fucking show him.
Of course.
I didn't respond the right way.
You also didn't see that.
Yeah, I was off actually.
You also didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't actually. That was the real truth. I was actually off that day when he sent it. So when I came back, I saw it. That's what I said.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I did not intimidate him at all. So I met with him, and 1 hour we had a meeting.
Whoa.
Yeah. See, this is the thing about me. Sometimes I know sometimes it seems like Well, it doesn't seem like. I definitely don't know how to get words across. But when I'm in a space where like I'm confident in what I know, then there's really no one really I think that could fuck with me in that way. But yeah, he just was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to touch base and just see because he's like, because I was surprised of your reaction. I didn't know that you possess that 0 to 100 type of temperament." And I was like, and I wanted to say,
I know exactly what you wanted to say. I can't say it, but I'll let you say it.
I wanted to say, yeah, mate. Who the fuck you think you're talking to, mate?
Not what I was going to say.
But that's not what I said. I was like, and he's like, he did kind of, I'm going to be honest, he did kind of humble me a little bit.
What'd he say?
He said, well, basically, in a nutshell, he's like, if you ever respond to me in that way, you're fired. Without like saying, like, he was just like, he's like, I was a little taken back by your reaction. He's like, I felt a little scared. He said, I felt a little scared. And I don't know if he's like, I don't know if you know, but you were kind of intimidating, which actually, a little bit, I was like, well, thank you. But he was like, yeah, it's kind of intimidating. And I was like, well, but I apologize. And I was like, listen, I apologize. The reaction, and that's never should be my reaction. But, I was frustrated. And this is not personal with you, but I am frustrated with this, with some things here that I don't fundamentally agree with and how things are being done. Here's my evidence of that or my opinion of that. We went back and forth a little bit, but we did come out with an understanding that if I have any chances of moving up the company, or at least just kind of like knowing how to deal with the personalities around what's going on, because he did say it's going to take a long time for us to get to a cohesive place because there's new people, and you talked about that, how that works in corporate America. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to take this on the chin, and I'm going to say, you know what? I need to kind of relax a little bit. Maybe I am getting I'm being uptight, stressed, need to get away. And, sometimes people need to sit down and just get cut to the chase with you and talk to you and let you know that's not always about, in your eyes, what you think it is, And that's what he had to remind me. And it's hard to say. And I always talk about, which is interesting because I always talk about seeing it in the other person's shoes, right? Try to see it and treat respect, right? But sometimes you can get lost in the sauce too with your own frustrations.
You gotta be true. You gotta be true to yourself.
You gotta
to tell yourself the truth too. Of like,
well, you have to be reminded.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm always true to myself. Well, at least I try to be. But you have to remind people. You have to be reminded sometimes. Either you're telling yourself or someone else reminding you to help you get back to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, because you're gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And you hope that there's people there that's gonna. You hope that there's people out there that will kind of give you a little assistance on that to bring you back to reality a little bit. But so yeah, I actually was good. And then he didn't write me up.
That's good.
Yep, because he wasn't. Better. He wasn't gonna. Because I would have fucking. No.
He's like, this man does not. He reminds me of like some guy who would like set his desk up a certain way. Like everything's very particular. And he'd see you and he'd be like, this guy will sweep everything off my desk if I fire him. And I just got it the way that I like him.
Yeah. And also I just got a 5% raise.
There you go.
So I wasn't. So basically it was a different.
But you do these, like fundamentally I agree with you, but then you'll tell the story and I'll go, oh, but wait a minute. How the fuck did you lose your ID 15 times? And you're like, well, no, I don't know, Chase. How the fuck did you?
Oh, I mean, I told
the company money, and you're like, but no. But it wasn't about that. Okay. It's about the way that he said it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's the way that you said to me. Fuck yeah, listen. I take accountability, but watch when you're talking to me, okay?
Fuck. Well, listen, I'm glad that you're not fired.
I'm glad I'm not fired too because I would have been. The trip to Austin would have been a short one for sure.
That's what's funny. You would still go. Can you get refunded on your trip? Can you get refunded on the tickets? Probably not with Spirit.
No, not with Spirit.
No.
Nope. No, I definitely
you
don't
gotta
do
go.
the no. I don't hit the refund button on tickets. You know, I probably should. You know those protection things you can like. Sometimes I'll buy tickets directly from the airline website just to get the points. But sometimes the deals on third parties are just so much cheaper. I just have to take it. Right? It's like $100 cheaper. You know. But yeah, I'm flying American Airlines. What do you think about them?
They used to be great.
They used to. Right?
Oh, they used to be American Airlines.
Right. But not God did though. Not God.
No, not as good as God did. But American was kind of like, you felt like Home Alone a little. You know, you felt like the classic 90s and early 2000s airlines.
It was.
You know?
It was.
The sodas were just like sweeter, the more like caffeinated on that. Like everything was just nicer. Then they fell off hard.
Well, wish me luck. My flight is first thing 5:30 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, I know those flights well.
How should I prepare for?
That's rough.
How should I prepare for a 5:30 a.m. flight?
Well, first of all, Chase, your flight, what time does it board?
That's a great question because you know me.
Yeah.
Because see, that's when you know
Yes.
that's a manager.
Yeah. What time does the flight? Because boarding when a flight boards is actually when you have to be there.
I want to say probably like 4:50. I don't know, 4:30.
4:30. You
I didn't
should
check.
know.
I didn't check.
You should know, and then you should get there a half an hour early.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's a 5:30 flight, I'll get there like
4 o'clock.
it's like 12 minutes from my house. Then I can like take it.
How you getting there?
Uber.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take an Uber. Yeah, I'll take
I
an
don't
Uber.
fuck with the train.
I'll leave at 4.
Bus.
I'll leave my house at 4.
Ooh, for 5:30. Yeah. Okay, that works.
Yeah, I'll leave at 4. 3:40, 3:50.
You get there. You get there 3:45. You get there at 4:15, 4:20. You go through security. It's
Yeah, you're right.
4:45.
You're right.
Yeah, that's the play. What you do is now, are you? Do you have anything that first day? What's going on the first day that you're there?
Oh well, I want to get a massage. I set up a massage.
Oh, so sleep on the. So don't get coffee. Don't do. Maybe get a little breakfast.
I'm definitely. No, I'm sleeping on the plane, dude. I'm sleeping on the
See,
plane.
when I go or when I fly, I'm up. If I'm to arrival, I'm up. If we're going to California, we're going to Austin. If I was flying with you, I'd be up at 4:30. Coffee, breakfast,
And annoying.
and Neo Soul blasting. And annoying. The two of us traveling together. We're gonna go somewhere this year.
Yeah.
That's on my list of things to
That would be fun.
to do. But yeah, and how do you generally? How are you gonna dress for this trip?
Oh, I always dress when I go on when I fly. I always dress like very casual, very comfortable. So definitely athleisure. Yeah, I have my black. I got my black, kind of like nylon pants, sweatpants type deal. Has a little ankle cleavage showing on the bottom, and New Balance sneakers, black.
Oh, okay.
Everything's black. I am gonna wear my USA World Boxing Championship jacket.
That's great.
I'm going to Texas.
Yeah.
USA.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you need to like do it up.
I gotta just.
You need to do it up. I like dressing a little bit like the place that I'm going to.
It's gonna be good weather.
Yeah.
Mid 60s. It's gonna be 175 day. Does get like in the 40s at night, so I'll bring like a hoodie, But great food. I mean, I expect the food's gonna be fantastic. A lot of people from my job told me already where to go because there's a property down there that I'm staying at.
It's good.
Yeah, and
I know the property.
yeah,
I've had brunch there.
we gotta go. We gotta set. Maybe we'll set we gotta set something up.
Yeah.
We gotta go. But man, I'm just man. Like you said, little by little, just But that going back to what I was saying about just like kind of reminding me that I gotta try to get over this like quick temper thing. You know what I mean?
Well, let's dig into that. What makes you so upset that quickly? Like what
I think it's
fundamentally is behind it?
I think it's part of it is I have a real hard time dealing with knowing that someone knows that they're like fucking with me, you know, like I just don't like letting people.
You don't like being taken advantage
I don't like
of.
being taken advantage of, you know, like, and it really, really gets to a point where it's like it gets personal instead of just being like, this guy's or this person's just being a, you know, instead of just, you know, instead of being the bigger person. I'm not. Let me say this: I just haven't reached that emotional intelligence yet. And I'm honest with that sometimes, you know.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I'm passionate, you know.
To do, though.
But it, you know, it's tough.
Expecting people to be who they are. Like, first of all, being able to identify who people are, meaning like, oh, he's the manager. This motherfucker is by the book.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what I did this weekend. Okay. It's not personal. Just how he is able to like function in this job, in this moment in time. This is why he has to be this way. And just going, yeah, okay, so he's going to talk to me like he's got a stick up his ass. All right. And every time, you know, and then you're not like, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
But there's some managers are like that, though. There's some managers that I know these people, like they can't, their life is boring. They have no passion for anything. Mm-hmm. They've kind of manufactured an idea in their head that because they are good at what they do at the job that they are good people. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't usually replicate, you know, it doesn't really like, and it's like they know that they can say anything to you, and sometimes in most cases disrespectful ways where they're protected because they have a title, they have a higher title than you. Mm-hmm. You know, they can frame certain things they can frame certain situations and scenarios where it kind of puts them in a better light, you know, and even if they're wrong, they still are like, hey, I'm still your boss. Like this is the final say.
And if you're a laid back person, you can sometimes be in bad situations that way. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, that's why I left management. You know, I used to be, you know, I was a manager at 19, dude. Yeah. I was a manager at GNC, going to school full time. And like, I've always had management position, manager, supervisor. I was a GM before for a logistics company. You know, like I have some. I mean, you know, I'm not fucking Michael Dell from CEO, but I like, you know, I've done some.
I was waiting for the reference.
I'm not, you know, not Bill Gates over here, but you've done some. I have some. I have kind of a gist and a general understanding of how you should treat people and how you should try to get the most out of your employee by using not, you know, either scare tactics or fear tactics, but more of like consultative servicing tactics.
Yeah, but I also believe, and this is, I'm not saying this about you, I also believe that there are some people out there that just don't want to work.
And it wouldn't, but you deal with those people individually and you deal with those cases.
Yeah.
And that's what you do.
But I think what's tough now, because of everything that's happened during the pandemic and all the companies that have been like, yeah, you can work from home or you can do this because there was such a shortage of people. They extended all of these courtesies, which I think are great and I think have really helped people. I think people with families, I think people that like, you know, if someone's taking a bus 2 hours to get to work, yeah, give them a break, help them out. But I think in some regards too, like now that things are getting a little bit less, you know, competitive out there, like the employers are the ones that have more. We're going to start to see a lot of employing companies being like, no, this is your quota. I told you this. If you don't want to do it, then okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now I feel like there is a turn where they're going to hold people a lot more accountable, and they get back to going back to business, as they say.
I think like someone like you knows what's going on. They know like kind of where the line is, you know, and where to toe it, and like. But then there's other people out there that are kind of just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this place. You know, and don't take pride in what they do. And that's something for me. I don't give a fuck if you're a comedian or what you're doing on the side. Like, if you just don't take pride in what you do, it's like, ugh, fuck you doing?
Yeah. And I think also that's the other part of it that's challenging too for me is if you're not giving it your all, if you don't care about what you're doing, and if I don't like people who don't want to elevate. I don't keep people like that around me at all. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't care if you're like even if you're a barista at like a French cafe shop in like Queens. Like as long as you have aspirations, you have that energy that you want to elevate, and I don't care. Like
That coffee shop would be fire.
be dope.
French barista.
And as soon as you walk in, it's the Bee Gees playing. Yep, with a light treble.
Owned by someone from Yemen. And it's like so on bar. Like that's when you said Queens, I was like, oh, it's not just gonna be
Right.
There's gonna be
And there's a eucalyptus candle.
an absurd amount of diversity. I feel like Queens is like it's diversity where you're just like, how is this even? How does this even go to? How do they know what French roast is in Yemen?
Oh well,
They do.
They do.
They're the ones producing it.
Exactly. But yeah. But in conclusion,
Take pride.
take pride. in
Take
what
pride.
you
Be
do,
respectful.
and also take accountability and be humble. Try to, it's a lot. It's a new year, but
Have you done any new resolutions for yourself or goals? We should say.
oh yeah, I do definitely have some real benchmarks, goals I want to reach for sure. They will be challenging because I'll have to hold myself more accountable to reach them. But I got to try. I got to do it.
I meant to ask you this too. What are you going to drink when you're down in Austin?
What was that?
What do you drink when you're in Austin? When you travel?
I'm not going to be that guy that's not going to drink if he's in Texas.
I'm saying, do you get into it? Are you going to go beer? You going to go heavy beer
I don't
and
do
whiskey?
beer. I'm not a beer guy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not a beer guy. Gets me bloated. I haven't found the right beer. I'm just not a beer guy. If I'm going to go, I'll do honey jack whiskey. Two ice cubes.
A gentleman.
In a sifter.
A snifter, I think.
Is it snifter or sifter?
A sifter is what people who are in the fields use to sift out rocks and minerals.
What's the cocktail glass?
Oh, a snifter.
Oh, I always thought it was a sifter.
If you put one in, it can be a sifter in a snifter, but it is, I believe. Let me look this up. Because
I always thought it was sifter.
it sounds better. Okay, I could see honey jack is, oh, God.
Nice honey jack whiskey, like a couple ice cubes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's snifter.
Yeah.
Because you go like this and then you sniff it.
So snifter.
Snifter.
So the
Snifter.
Okay, I guess I'll call it that.
The large bowl allows the drink to be swirled, and a shorter mouth traps aroma, and allows the drinker to enjoy a more prominent smell as they sip.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, with honey jack.
That's right.
You really want to get that honey in there?
I'm such a pussy.
No, honey jack is what like.
It's a little sweet.
Yeah, but it's also Jack Daniels is not a pussy drink. When someone drinks Jack Daniel, my grandfather used to drink Jack Daniels.
You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna go in. There is gonna be one night I'm gonna order like $100 scotch, like $100 shot.
See, I don't support that.
You don't support
that.
that?
Not in Austin, dude. Come on.
No.
Save that for like Atlanta or Miami or New York.
You're right. You're
Austin,
right.
it's like you're gonna go there and people are gonna be in the bar with no shoes on.
Should I buy a belt buckle and
Yes.
and boots?
I don't think you should get boots. I think you go belt buckle, t-shirt.
Tuck in the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you go American Eagle belt buckle with the flag and the eagle on it.
Alhamdulillah.
And I think you go trucker hat maybe or t-shirt, like just one of those like rubies in Austin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely gonna buy a couple local cool
Yeah.
tees.
Yeah.
Because I like finding like the local bar tee. Merch.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Maybe like a one of those flannel shirts, but like the lightweight ones.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah. I mean, shit. You're just trying to dress me up like as the black hacksaw Jim Duggan. I feel like it's
Exactly.
Fucking yeah. Jesus. Give Nick any room of creativity. He's gonna take it over. He's gonna like. First of all, the verbiage that you were using to set up this podcast, the studio. I don't know where you got that from. I don't know if you've been watching old '90s like film. You know. I don't know, but you definitely look like a director. You kind of look like like you worked with Al Pacino. Like that's the vibe that I get.
Yeah.
Like you
I look at really, really talented actors, not like like Leo, but I look at like Pacino, Bobby Cannavale, and I go, what do they wear? And that's what I wear.
Dude. Bro.
That was painful for you. I could see that was painful for you.
I have like a cramp in my hamstring, in my right hamstring.
Yeah.
Have you ever get like cramps before?
Yes, you need to drink water, and that's also why you fell asleep on my toilet. Look at how little water you drank. Nothing like a good on-mic water break.
Cut to the Chase podcast, guys. I fucking, need to drink more water, apparently. I need to start, reaching my goals and benchmarks before this podcast gets cut. That was one thing, too. I got to start.
Chase could tell. Chase got nervous because I started asking him when he came in here. I'm like, okay, did we follow up on this thing? Did we do this?
No, I like it.
And,
and I said, nope, not yet. I said, but I'm telling you, it's Cut to the Chase podcast, guys. You can follow me at Chase Abel, ChaseAbel on Instagram. I'm on TikTok at Chase Abel _comedian. Guys, check me out there. I actually put up a little clip of some like a little crowd work I did on TikTok. I don't know how it's been doing, but I just put it up. So we'll see. Check that out. Also follow at my boy Studio Nicky Neighborhoods at Nicky Neighborhoods Instagram, please. His Instagram's at Nicky Neighborhoods. Oof.
God, the indigestion on the plug. Go check it out. Go check out the videos. Comment on the thumbnails. Comment on the fucking.
That was a bad.
Yeah, to the people that are listening right now, we really appreciate you being a fan early. This podcast is only going to get better.
It's only going to get better.
It is only going to get better.
And according to Beacon Street Studios, Q1 benchmarks, blueprints, it needs to get better. I love you guys. We out. Peace.